You know, you aren't going to transform into a rookie just by concentrating.
I'm sorry, what?
Rookie fish? Tiny little fish? You do have fish where you come from, right?
Yes, we had fish.
See, now we're getting somewhere. I'm Nadiki, Toa of Air.
Likan, Toa of Fire.
Have a lot on your mind?
Is it obvious?
Oh, not at all. I guess there's plenty of reason for it, though, considering our destination. Have you ever fought the Dark Hunters?
Hopefully, we won't have to. Apparently, this is just a routine call.
Nothing about a Turaga summoning 11 Toas sounds routine to me. There's something else going on here.
Perhaps. You know, thinking about an army of Dark Hunters almost makes me wish for an enemy as manageable as a rookie fish.
Oh, see, that's where you're wrong, my friend. Me? I'd rather face 100 Dark Hunters than a hungry rookie any day.
Why is that?
A rookie may be small, but they're devious. That's how they've survived in these vast seas without being hunted to extinction. Every other fish they run across wants to tear them apart. Yet, they persist. They persist for one reason, Likan. They know how and when to make their move. I will value the insignificant creature's cunning victory over the charging Kane-Ras as long as there remains life in my body.
That may be. However, I believe you have failed to notice one crucial element of the rookie's resilience.
And what is that?
The rookie travel in schools. They find strength among their brothers, and their dependence makes them stronger. Their unity saves them from extinction.
Some fish don't get that luxury.
Is this destiny's cruel decision, or personal choice?
I guess a little of both. What you said about the rookie swimming in schools, perhaps that's true here, beneath the clouds and the sun. But where I come from, things are very different. In the Tren Kram Peninsula, you learn to strike from the shadows to survive. I had recently been hired by a local village of Bomatorin to gather food for them in exchange for shelter and warmth. It was more than most roving Toa could ask for in the peninsula, so I took the job without hesitation. We would have eaten well that night. I approached, unaware they had made a deal with evil itself. I heard their village leader begging for his life. It was disgusting to listen to. Words and squeals and tears. The Makuta must have thought the same. I ran. And I haven't stopped running. In Trenkram, if you stand up for yourself, you die. Plain and simple. So, I guess now you can understand why a squad of Vaki knocking on my door, asking me to fight a gang of hunters, would sound like a walk through the Akalini field to me.
I'm sorry about your friends. Who can understand the ways of the Makuta?
The ways of a Makuta. They weren't really my friends. But thank you. Well, what about you then?
What about me?
Hey, come on now. I told you my story. I want to hear yours.
I don't really like talking about it.
Listen, the only ones here besides us are the Vaki, and I wouldn't worry too much about them. Yeah.
All right. All right. I suppose I'm here for the same reason as you. Running away. I was stationed at the Toa Fortress.
You were there? How did you escape? I heard there were no survivors.
The night the Frostellus attacked, our unit was completely overwhelmed. From their hidden nests within the icebergs, they had studied us and chose the perfect time to strike. Most Toa died before they could even raise a weapon. We were guarding something very precious in the fortress, and when my leader passed, I knew that only I could retrieve it. I was the only Toa left. By Montanui's will, I made it back to the fortress undetected, only to discover I was too late. I failed them, Naidiki. The mission was to protect the stone, but instead I faltered and ran. It wasn't enough that I watched them die, but I saw their legacies stolen right in front of me. And from that day on, I swore to never run again.
I'm sorry about your friends.
They did their duty, just as any of us would. But thank you.
You can thank me when we reach Metronui. Now, if only we could get these Vaki to paddle a bit faster.
We'll get there soon enough. You know, I almost feel sorry for those hunters. It'll be an honor to fight beside you, Toa Naidiki.
And I beside you, Toa Khan. Or may I call you brother?
Brother it is.
Everyone who thinks this is a bad idea, scream at the top of your lungs.
Shut up and steer. Do you want all of Metru Nui to hear us coming?
Are we there yet?
Here.
What?
If our information is right, the sea cave should be just below.
So, who's going down there?
I thought we all would. It might take 3 of us to—
Someone has to guard the boat! And I volunteer.
I volunteer to guard Avac guarding the boat, and make sure he doesn't leave without us.
You heard the Shadowed One. You know what's supposed to be down there. If I go down alone, I'll end up a light snack. So, who's going to help me?
I'll flip you for it. Looks like I win.
Stay with the boat. And the boat stays here.
Shaking cold. These hands are meant to hold. Speak to me. When all you gotta keep it strong. Move along, like I know you do. And even when your hope is gone, move along, just to make it through. Move along. When you've lost yourself completely, could be a night when your life ends. Such a heart that will lead you to deceiving. All the pain held in your hands are shaken cold. Your hands are mine to hold. Speak to me. When all you gotta keep it strong. Move along. Keep it strong, move along like I know you do. And even when your hope is gone, move along, just to make it through.